Hi, good morning. Welcome to this morning's meditation session here on the Deanna Awakening Love page. I'm just going to give you all a few moments to join. How are you all feeling this morning? Good morning. Please say hi where you're tuning in from. Good morning. Welcome to this morning's meditation session here with me, Deanne. Good morning, Berlin. Lovely to have you here. I've got my Love the World t-shirt on today. Thought that was appropriate. Love the world. Why not? How are you all? It's very cloudy here this morning and cold, and I'm just realising it's cold probably because I left the window open. Never mind. Good morning, Washington. Good morning, good evening and good afternoon to all of you, wherever you are in the world right now. Thanks for committing to being here. As I am, I've lost count of the days now, but it must be heading for 50 days, 60 days now. No, it's probably more like 60 days that I've been doing these. I'm going to have to count them, aren't I, and let you know. 60 days, that's a long time. Oh my goodness, 8 o'clock every morning for 60 days. That has to be like super commitment from me to you, to everyone. Anyone have any questions they'd like, or anything you'd like to share, anything that's going on for you? I think most of you are used to the kind of routine now, but for those of you who are new, who are joining, this is an open space for questions around spirituality, meditation, or if you just want to share something that's going on for you at the moment. And then we have a meditation, and the session lasts an hour at the very most. And I'm going to be a bit more aware of the time today. Good morning. Where are you tuning in from? I recognise that name. How is the lockdown situation for everybody going? Not much has changed here, apart from I think we can go out a bit more for exercise. And some people have gone back to work. Apart from that, I don't know. Good morning. Good morning, Texas. So, yeah, does anyone have any questions about anything to do with spirituality? Good morning, England. Good morning, UK, even. Hello. Anyone have any questions to do with meditation? Anything to do with spirituality? Or do you just want to share something that is going on for you at the moment? I slept really well last night. I wonder whether any of you did. But, I was extremely tired, so that probably helped. Did this lovely relaxation as well. Oh, don't worry. I know it's really early for you in Texas, so you know it's amazing that you're managing to make some of them. To be honest, it's super early. I know yesterday, I really didn't want to get up. I forced myself to come down here yesterday. I was so tired. Today, bit more with it. And I've got my Love the World t-shirt on. So sending all my love to all of you all over the world, wherever you are. Nice to have the UK here as well. So let's all just take a breath. I think I'm still waiting for people to find me on this thing, but we'll see. So put your hand in the middle of your chest on your heart chakra and just take a deep breath in and breathing out and breathing in and breathing out. And just let the body relax. Let the breath relax. Body soften. Good morning. Are you in Norway? Is that right? I think that's what you said before. Yeah, I'm getting to know some of your little faces now. And your little pictures. And so that's really sweet. So lovely, isn't it? To gather here every morning in this way, to share in the healing and meditation and wisdom of this gathering. Because, you know, when two or more gather together, it creates a healing space, and the purpose and intention is for healing and meditation and community as well. I'm getting used to being here without any makeup on, actually. Might as well. Nothing quite like accepting yourself. Going public with no makeup. Been doing it for a while now. I'm quite relaxed about it. Years ago, I probably wouldn't even have dared go out without any makeup on, you know, not even any mascara or anything, like nothing going on there. Some moisturiser. Oh, no, I've got some stuff under my eyes, actually. So that's technically makeup, but that's it. Nothing else. No mascara, blusher, no foundation, nothing. Yeah, amazing. It's good, isn't it? It's liberating. You know, we have to ask ourselves these questions. Why do we do these things? I know, especially as women. Do we wear makeup for ourselves? Do we wear makeup because of society pressures? Do we wear makeup for men, for others? You know, like, what are our reasons? Are we doing it to feel good and feel our femininity? Or are we doing it to cover ourselves up? That's the difference. If we're doing things to cover ourselves up, then we're not in self-acceptance. We're actually self-harm, really. It's violence towards ourselves. So it's always good to, you know, look at why we do these things, you know, the way we dress. Why do we do it? Do we do it for ourselves? Do we do it to cover ourselves up in a way so that we won't, you know, we'll be more accepted? Or do we do it for ourselves? You know, good questions to ask. Why do we do these things? And investigate the answers that come to you. I just think it's liberating, you know. And most men don't tend to wear makeup, it's true. They don't. Some do, I'm sure. So so they don't have this like conundrum when they get up in the morning. They just look how they look. They probably fix their hair, put some moisturizer on and those kind of things. Any men on here, let me know. But yeah, but you know, is it to do with how we cover ourselves up, how we want to be seen, or is it we're doing it for ourselves? If you're doing it so that you are covering yourselves up because you don't want to accept yourself as you are, then obviously you need to look into that. But yeah, men just tend to get up, they're pretty much ready, they probably do their hair. Like I said, some probably do wear makeup, but generally not. And so they don't even really think about that, do they? They just are as they are, and we accept them like that. We don't say, oh, you need to put more foundation on or get some mascara on, or, you know, that just doesn't happen. So with us, we've been so conditioned by society to wear makeup, and makeup is fun, you know. I'm an artist as well as all the other things. I love putting makeup on. I love the colours. I love messing with the colours and trying different, you know, different ways to do it. I'm not really into all this contouring stuff like a lot of people, but just to play with the canvas, you know. But I do it when I feel like doing it, not every day. It's not kind of like a religion for me. It's not, oh, I won't go out the house without it. And you know, so that's kind of my take on things. Yeah, we need to let our skin breathe. It's important, you know. The makeup these days can be so heavy. I think I wear it for myself and femininity, but I'm taking these days as a nice break to nourish my skin. Good. Yeah, I think if we just look at the reasons for doing these things. Oh, interesting bit. You're just here. You just arrived. Lovely to have you here. Yeah, to be accepted, to accept ourselves fully. You know, years ago, this will probably make you all laugh actually. So, just thinking about it kind of makes me laugh. But I used to wear fake tan. I still think it's hilarious. I'm not even sure what colour I was. I was probably like a kind of an orange most of the time. I used to wear fake tan. I had fake nails. I even went for fake eyelashes for a while, and you know, push-up bras. I mean, I quite like push-up bras, but all the time, like without, you know. Yeah, I'm sure I probably was a nice shade of orange because, you know, fake tan's never a good look really, is it? It often can look a bit orangey. So I probably, you know, didn't look very natural with it. I got used to it. And then I would have, you know, fake eyelashes. I'd have these huge eyelashes. I'd always got to think about my eyelashes because they're so, I don't know if you can see, but they're not very dark. So I'd always got this thing about having longer eyelashes. So I tried it for a while, and then much to my dismay, my own eyelashes started to come out. So I had to give up on that one. But I guess I just needed to try it, you know. So I had fake tan, really long nails, really long. I mean, now they're natural, which is incredible, but yeah, they used to be really long, and they were, you know, all plastic, for a better word. Plastic nails. This stuff was painted on them, and, you know, had like a layer put over my actual nail. And I did this for, you know, a year or so. I don't know, like, I kind of really had a phase with it, and false eyelashes, and dyed my hair. I mean, I'd always been dyeing my hair. I've still got some dye in it not, but I mean, I kind of like that. But I was trying, you know, it's really not fully accepting myself somehow on some level. I didn't realise that that's what I was doing, but I was over improving or trying to over improve all these different aspects of myself to be seen. You know, I guess I just wanted to be seen in a certain way, but it probably wasn't very helpful. And wasn't really accepting myself fully. So I felt that I had to do those things, and, you know, and then I kind of went to the opposite. It was like, right, no more fake tan, no more fake nails. I didn't put any dye in my hair for ages, like for a good few years, nothing at all. And just let everything grow out. And then was very disappointed to discover that there was actually some grey in there. And then realised that actually I really wanted to cover up that grey, you know. I thought my hair was just going to be natural. But no, that was a bit disappointing to discover that after so long. What else? Yeah, so it was kind of like I was on this mission to, you know, just improve myself. So I'd wear ridiculously high heels as well, that I often couldn't walk in. Oh, it makes me laugh. Now it's more like, you know, I just do what I feel. I'm not doing it for any particular reason. One day I might wear makeup, another day I might not. Have this feeling that I might like to wear heels again at some point, but it's not like, you know, I can manage without. I'm just reading some of your comments. I know this is a slightly unusual conversation, but I never plan these, so you never know what's going to happen when you turn up here every morning. I haven't seen my natural skin tone for a decade, I'm sure. Bless you. It might be good. It might be good for your skin to have a break. To be loved. But for many years when I was, I'm guessing you mean alone, with my daughter, I had no makeup on and also moved to another city. So no one was used to me with makeup, and no one screamed in horror. I'm sure they didn't. My daughter accepted me for me, but I have to accept myself I'm guessing you mean every day now. Yes, of course. This is it, you see. We do these things. We don't realise what we're really doing to ourselves. It's all in the intention, and it's important to look at that. It is something that should enhance the individual beauty that resides within each of us. Oh, I like that. I can't bear contouring. No, me neither. And it was a technique that originated in the drag industry to make men look more like women. Yeah, that does make you wonder, doesn't it? Why any woman would want to take that on, really. What the purpose would be. What young girls do to themselves terrifies me, and the reasons they do it. Yeah, I agree, actually. I agree. There are lots of girls and women that don't realise their own beauty. They're so used to hiding it that they just don't realise, and they don't accept themselves. And I was the same. When I was really young, I had no idea. I used to see myself in a certain way, and it wasn't with acceptance. And, you know, and I look back at photographs now and I think such a shame that I felt that way about myself at those times. And I'm sure, you know, we've all done it. But if we can really learn to live in acceptance, and we can help other girls and women and men, you know, I don't want to leave the men out here, to fully accept themselves as they are, then it's really going to change people's lives. Because often the perception that we have, the way we see ourselves, the way we take care of ourselves, if we fully accept ourselves, our lives are lived from that place, you know. No, it's fine, I understood what you were trying to say. Happy times. I'm crying laughing here. Oh good, I'm glad I'm making you laugh. I thought it was funny. As soon as I started to realise what I was going to speak about, I was like, oh, this is ridiculous. But, you know, there's a purpose in all of it, isn't there? I live in Texas. Sun is everywhere. Good. I love the sun. Love that. When it is a choice for you. Exactly. It needs to be a choice. It's so sad, isn't it? It is. It's sad when you see beautiful women, beautiful girls, and beautiful men. I put men in the category of beautiful, whether they like it or not. You know, and they're covered in makeup, and you just think, why? I understand some, of course, because I do that myself, but when you can see that someone is genuinely beautiful and it just feels like they're not in acceptance with themselves at all, because they've just piled on so many layers of, and it's all, and you know, and it's being pushed, isn't it, from every direction in society, you know, wear more makeup, wear this, wear that, do this, do that. And unfortunately, many women, many girls and men get kind of hypnotized by that whole thing. I'd love to be able to help and influence them to help change their lives whilst they're young. It might ease their adult pain. Exactly. Like I said, it's not the actual doing, it's the reasons behind it. It's the reasons behind it. And I think many of us here, certainly me, as I mentioned, were not in acceptance of ourselves when we were younger. No. And I do look, I have looked at photos and found photos and been like, why was I so mean to myself? Why did I have this inner unkind dialogue going on, you know, about how I looked, and I was bullied, so maybe you know, there's probably elements of that in there, not continuously, but there were definitely elements of being bullied, and I think that really doesn't help with self-esteem and self-image and all these kind of things, and especially if it starts from a young age, then you can really take it on board and believe what others are saying about you, but often it's very much more to do with them and nothing to do with you. Unless you're the youngest child, then your mum won't let you wear any makeup, even if you're 36. That made me laugh. I'd love to be able to help. Yeah, I've read that one. Great. Yeah, exactly. So, you know, we live in a time where it's just really important to show others how to accept themselves, and not to, you know, to enhance their features if they want to, but not from a place of hiding, covering up, or, you know, what's the other word? Like inner violence, really, where they, yeah, just, how can we all accept ourselves more in this moment? You know, and we all carry around within us our inner child, you know, the inner child that was bullied, that was hurt, that experienced separation or trauma or drama, or, you know, all these kind of things. And it's so important to recognize, even as adults, especially as adults, that we still carry that inner child around with us wherever we are. You know, there's always the possibility that that inner child will be triggered in some way by what someone says, or the actions of somebody, or you know, exterior circumstances. And to just really recognize, to love that part of ourselves if it's triggered in any way. And to know that life is all about being fully ourselves. When we're fully ourselves, then actually we give permission to others to be themselves, to be accepted as they are. The more of us that are willing to walk our talk, to be in our integrity, to look at the reasons of why we do things in life, why we behave a certain way, you know, to, that word again, acceptance. I need to find another word. But to really love all the parts of ourselves, and we give permission to others to do the same, that maybe couldn't do it before, but see, you know, see you as an example in your family, in your society, a shining example of just fully embodying the totality of who you are, you know, loving all the parts of yourself, as I've said before. Or to say a phrase that a friend of mine uses, you know, to be a walking permission slip for others, you know. I remember taking all the padding out of all 3 Wonder Bras as an adult teen, stuffing them into one. I must have looked like something out of Pride and Prejudice. Oh my word. Yeah, probably. See, yeah, why do we do these things? What are we trying to, you know, what's it all about? It's just like saying I'm not enough, isn't it? You know, I'm not enough. So I have to look a different way, I have to appear a different way, I have to improve on this that God has given me and make it more of something. Because then we'll be more, we'll be loved more if we look a certain way, we'll be accepted more by others if we look a certain way. Comes down to love, you know, looking outside of ourselves for love. We've been conditioned to do that. These fairy tales and movies that, especially as women, again, I'm not trying to leave the men out here though. I'm sure they have their own experiences of this, where, you know, we are taught that we need to be rescued, we need to be the princess. I mean, these ideas are so screwy. It's no wonder we have trouble with relationships growing up. And men don't know where they, you know, often men don't know where they stand with these things. They get just as confused as we do with all this stuff that we get bombarded with. How to be, how to present ourselves, how to live, you know, just wanting to be loved and accepted, looking for it out there because that's what we've been taught to expect. It's going to come from out there, not in here where it always has been. Recognizing that. Fear of rejection is massive. I don't know anybody that doesn't fear rejection. We all do. That's, you know, it's normal. We all fear rejection. Doesn't matter how evolved you are, how aware you are, you're still going to fear that one. Lack of self-worth. Yes, well, lack of self-worth is lack of self-love, isn't it? It's not loving who you are in your entirety. It's saying, I'm like this, but there's something wrong, you know. There's something wrong, and you find something wrong, and you make that something wrong into the whole of you, and it's not the truth, because there's not even anything wrong. I want to be accepted without makeup, and be accepted when I'm happy, sad, angry, not only when I'm happy. Totally agree. And I think that's something that really comes up in relationship, isn't it? With the in relationships, and you really want the partner that you're with to be able to accept you in however you show up, you know, and they want to be accepted however they show up as well. This is the thing. This is real unconditional love. Now, when I say that, I don't mean like when someone is unkind to you or violent towards you. I'm not talking about accepting that. That's not acceptable. End of. But to show up in your fullness, your full femininity, your full divine feminine, which can be sadness, joy, happiness, rolling roller coaster of emotions and feelings and sensations, and one minute you might just want to be held, and another minute you might just want to be on your own in your own space. You know, there's this kind of flow of wild emotions that women experience, and to be, you know, to have divine masculine and meet that and hold space for that and be the protector of that and accept, that's just so beautiful, so beautiful. Thank you. That helped to think that we are teaching others to accept themselves too. Yes, of course. You know, however you present yourself to the world, you are a unique divine being, and how you show up is how it can often give others the permission to just be themselves, to see themselves, you know, as they are. Have to be authentic in all areas, I guess. Well, it does help, but sometimes it can take time because we've been taught to be a certain way, to look a certain way, to act a certain way, to not say this or not say that. I mean, I'm terrible. Terrible in the sense that I will share stuff that no one else will actually share, and that freaks people out. People get really freaked out by the things that I share because I'm just so open, and I share all the parts of myself. I don't hide things away. And often that comes out in my writing. As many of you will know, if you're following my writings on Facebook, you'll know that I share some stuff that there's no way they would want to share it. And that triggers people because they've not been in acceptance with themselves. And so they can't accept when I share something. They can't accept it because it triggers that part of themselves that they're unable to accept. And they know that if they wrote the same thing, or they wrote something about that experience of their lives, then people would say, why are you doing that? Why are you sharing that part of yourself? You shouldn't, you know, hide yourself away. Don't be open and like that. Don't be vulnerable like that. Don't talk about that. You know, all these kind of things. And it's like, why? Who says? Who says we can't talk about that? We can't be vulnerable. We can't share. Surely that's what life is about. Being vulnerable, experiencing, sharing from that place of you know, wisdom, of experience, of understanding. And then I get the opposite. People will read something or listen to something, whatever, and they will be so inspired to share from their own heart, and you know, and feel that experience that they had, that they pushed to one side or felt was unacceptable, and you know, they didn't love themselves in it. So there's all these dynamics, and the main point here is it's about being fully yourself. So embodying all of you in this form, and that's your emotional self, your sexuality, your relationships, your relationship with yourself, the way you move and see the world and experience life, and you know, all of these things are so juicy, they're so nourishing, they're so Tantra. You know, it's all about expansion, expanding into more and more of who and what you are. It's a beautiful process. It never stops, but just to start that process of loving yourself, accepting yourself, and peeling away all the layers that have been placed over you, and all the parts of you that you've said no to, all the parts of you that you've said that's not good enough, or all the parts of you that you've said, well, that needs improving, you know. Well, no, in this very moment, you are whole, complete, holy. There's nothing that needs improving in this moment. You know, is there really? You are perfect as you are, with your seeming imperfections, but they're just judgments from the mind, aren't they? and the judgments come in comparison. So you look at someone, or you look at someone's life or whatever, and you compare and you go, oh, I should be like that. I'm at this stage in my life and I should have this, that and the other. Really? Well, you haven't, so you're not meant to. Okay, you shared something today that I spent the rest of the day researching. Beautiful. Oh, good. I'm glad I can inspire. Yes. Don't be visible. Exactly. Hide. Heaven's sake, don't be visible. No. I wonder where my tribe is. Oh, I love that. Hiding within, I guess. Expansion, yes. Live that. Thank you. Yes, live it. Live it, live it, live it. Do you follow Layla Martin's work? She does a lot of self-love, quite literally, and Tantra-based empowerment work. I've heard of her. Yes, I've heard of her. No, not yet. I am going to look at her stuff though. I'm just having my own exploration at the moment, and so I'm just sharing from my own experience. Yes, breathe, meditate. Of course, breathe and meditate. And that's the other thing. As you really love yourself more and more and accept yourself more and more, then those who are your tribe will come to you. You know, those that you resonate with, that you vibrate with, will just come into your experience, and you can share more and more of who you are with them. We don't need to hold ourselves back. Life is for living, isn't it? Else what's the point? We're just existing. We're not fully living if we're not fully immersed in the experience of being here, are we? Who wants to just exist? What kind of life is existing? Get into the juicy parts of yourself, of life, of the emotions, of the experiences, you know, of the connections, community. All of this, the key things that have come out of this whole episode, if you like, for me, are community, connection and meditation. And I feel like those three things are a key part of this experience. To recognize how we want to connect with others, how we want to have community, how we want to be able to share ourselves in a beautiful, safe space. But so, how do you find a tantric healer? That's a pretty personal thing. How do you find one? Well, I think they come to you when you're ready. Many people have said to me, are you a tantra teacher? I used to get that quite a lot, a few years back particularly. And I used to be like, well, I don't know what you mean. But I realised that it's just a natural part. Tantra is all about expansion. So, you know, it's a natural part of life. Whenever we really go into the parts of life and we find the juiciness in all the ups and downs and the emotions and the sheer experience of life, I like to call it intimacy with God, you know, when you really get to all the treasure in every experience, every sensation, every meditation, every opening, every sharing, every vulnerability, every being human, you know, these things, not to say, you know, yeah, to just be in full acceptance of all these parts of ourselves. So coming back to your question, so I think it's good to find a tantric healer by somebody who is recommended by someone else. And you also need to build a friendship with that healer, so that you know that you feel in a safe space and you feel you can trust them. That's vital. that is happening more as I get steadily braver. It's taken me years. Yes, exactly. Love that. Community connection and meditation. Yes, very much so. Sadly, lots of people are not ready to share the joy or accept it. True, but people are waking up and they are recognizing this. Freedom and expansion. Yes, well, from freedom comes expansion. From expansion comes freedom. The two are just completely interlinked. You're welcome. Yeah, good morning. So how can you get the juice out of life? You know, how can you find the juiciness in the moment? It's like these last few weeks have been diving into all of this, all of the relationship stuff that I've been experiencing, tantric stuff that I've been experiencing, and just, even though some of it has been really challenging at times and felt painful, really painful and challenging, but coming through it, moving through it all, like just moving through all these different parts of myself and saying, oh, I see that, I love that part, oh, I see that, I accept that. It's just incredibly beautiful, just really mind-blowingly beautiful to say that if I'm sad, if I'm in pain, that's okay, you know, and to see myself in that and to accept myself, and most importantly to love myself through that. Like you would a friend, you know, your best friend, you would hold them in space. If they were sharing something with you and being vulnerable, you would hold the space for them to share, and you would sit and you would listen. So can you hold the space for yourself and sit and listen to yourself? Can you hold the space for yourself like you would a loving friend and listen to what comes up? People think I'm crazy when I'm friendly and share the joy. Yeah, because bless them, they're so trapped in their, you know, they're so trapped in how they need to be. They're so trapped in this idea of who they're supposed to be, you know. And so they're unable to express themselves because they've, heaven forbid, that they're vulnerable or show love or show joy in any way. Conditioned, it's been conditioned out of them. Like I said, life is not for just existing, it's for beauty, it's for the beauty in the sadness, the beauty in the anger, the beauty in the, you know, there's beauty in all of it. It's only our judgments that say otherwise. I know I shared this on yesterday's video too, a bit. Yeah, find the juiciness. Your heart is full of juiciness. Be in your heart. The meditation of the heart is expansion. One more question. Do you possibly get emotionally attached to your tantric healer? Oh, great question. I feel like I would. Well, emotionally attached is a big word, isn't it? I would say you build a bond with them, but not a bond as in attachment, but more a friendship. Because you're allowing that person into your space, into your vulnerability, into your heart, into your experience. So, you know, it's like any friendship, any connection, you can you just I'm just reading your comments, trying to answer that as fully as possible. Well, it depends, doesn't it? Because you might feel an attraction. You just don't know what's going to happen. It's like when you're working with anybody or not working with anyone, you can meet someone down the street and you can have a completely blissful connection with them. The first time you've ever met them, but you just feel so much love towards them. You know, and people can have that with you as well. There are all kinds of experiences that we can have. We can work with people, you know, as a spiritual teacher for me, if I work with people, then it's very important that I don't get involved with them romantically. Or certainly, you know, you give a lot of space between working with somebody and getting involved with them. It's not really the done thing, you know, it's not something that you... But who knows? Because in life there are exceptions, aren't there? You know, we can meet someone through our work, through our work, in different ways, and people can show up, and then we might have to recognize that actually they're the perfect one for us, and we have to find a way through that, you know. Obviously, there's boundaries, it's about finding your way through these things. And if both people feel that they want to be together, then they have to work that out. So, as far as your question about getting emotionally attached to your tantric healer, maybe some do, maybe some don't. Maybe some even eventually, you know, have a relationship. Who knows? But that would be up to you and that the other in that. I'm just reading some more questions. I wouldn't want to let them go. Well, then that would be your practice, wouldn't it? To not be an attachment. And to find the juiciness in that. I'm not good at not getting involved. I'm sorry you had to hear all this. Don't apologise. Thank you for sharing. It's beautiful. You're allowing yourself to be vulnerable. It's lovely. I think as women, again, I'm sorry about this. Maybe there's some men going to watch this. But as women, we... if we have a close bond with someone, with the masculine, then and we, you know, we release oxytocin with them, then, you know, there can be, that's where we feel love, really. That's where we feel love, you know. So there are different layers of this, without wanting to get too confusing and too murky. I think you just work it out for yourself, you know. The other thing is that tantric work isn't all about sex. It's all about expansion. It's all about intimacy with God. It's all about feeling your vulnerability, feeling your body, feeling, because your body is your temple. It's the temple of your soul. And to have life experience, we are spiritual being in a body. So we experience life through the body, don't we? With all our sensations, all the feelings, all our senses. So to be fully embodied is to be fully immersed in any experience. That's Tantra. So that can be meditation, that can be walking, that can be connecting with another, that can be sex, it can be sexuality, it can be, you know, it can be all these different aspects of life. It can be your career, you know, Tantra can move into all the aspects of your career. It's simply expansion in all of it. The unraveling of the mystery is Tantra. yeah, well, we all form bonds with others, and bonds don't have to, like I said, bonds don't have to be an attachment. It's not about that, but it's connection. It's, recognizing them as part of our soul family, or, our star family. Are tantric healers always of the opposite sex to you? No, of course, you can if you find a tantric healer that's the same sex as you, then you can work with them. If you prefer to work with someone who's the opposite sex of you, then you can work with them. It's entirely your choice, It's entirely what you feel comfortable with. Maybe you feel comfortable working with both at different times, or maybe you would prefer to work with the masculine, or maybe you prefer to work with the feminine. That is entirely your choice, whatever you feel comfortable with. And like I said, you would spend time to get to know them, and they would want to know about you as well. Yeah, beautiful. I love that. I'm unwrapping myself. Yes, unraveling the layers. And connecting deeper and deeper with what you are, and the expression of that without holding back. Without being a certain way, just to be yourself. And that's how we are needed, we're all here to just be ourselves. We can't be anyone else because everyone else is taken anyway. So it's about being yourself, fully exploring that. What does that mean for you? What parts of you have you not delved into? What parts of you have you not looked at? What parts of you have you hidden, pushed away? What parts of you said are wrong or bad, or whatever the story. Bring it all here. Love it all. Love all of you, all of this. Love it all. Stop fighting with yourself. Be natural. Just be natural. And those that are for you, with you, needed on this journey will find you. And those that are not, won't. And won't even come into your experience. And there's nothing wrong with that, it's just how it is. So, I encourage you all to just delve into all of this that we've been speaking about. Look at the reasons, the way you show up, the reasons you show up that way. The parts of yourself that are maybe suppressed. Look at where you're suppressing yourself. And also, where are your edges? Where is the thing that you want to do but you hold yourself back? Where does it feel edgy? Where do you feel resistance? Where you feel resistance, move towards that. That's your guiding system. That will bring you out of the ego and into expansion. Where you feel resistance in your life, in your body, in your experience. Where's that? Where's the edge? Where's the resistance? Move towards that, because that's the expansion. So now, If you're just joining, then please watch this from the beginning. It will make a lot more sense. Please get yourselves comfortable. We're going to do a heart meditation today, which will nicely bring all these aspects that we've spoken about together. I hope that I've been clear with my sharing, that you've understood what I've been trying to convey to you all. And if you have any more questions, of course, please put them in the comments, because I love your sharings. It's beautiful. And thank you for your vulnerability and your openness and your sharing. Yes, okay. You can have one more question before we carry on. Yes. Let me know what it is. It's okay, I don't mind. I don't mind. It's fine. It's a great topic. What is Tantric meditation? Well, like I said before, you know, people have said that I'm a Tantra teacher, but I've never actually studied Tantra, not in the usual sense. But I feel that I've been diving into it for many years in one way or another without realizing, because it's part of the spiritual path and the expansion of spirituality and physicality. Well, there's also Tantric Yoga, but from my own understanding, but you can do your own research with this, from my own understanding, Tantric meditation, and I've been sharing some of that with you, is about feeling the body, being completely present with the body, with the sensations of the body, with the experience of the body. And so things that would feel quite basic, that you would take for granted, like washing your face, or, you know, being in meditation, or feeling your skin, when you do so with the intention and the connection with the body, then there's a whole other sensation that happens. There's a whole other feeling. You feel like you are touching God, you know, intimacy with God. This is the words that came to me a while ago, that Tantra is intimacy with God, intimacy with life. So Tantric meditation is really the experience of embodying all of your being and feeling all of it, experiencing all of it, feeling the connection with all of life in this moment. I saw that everywhere on my research today, but I don't know what that is. Okay, well, hopefully that's explained a little bit. And what does Kundalini Yoga have to do with all that? Because I saw those terms in connection. Well, Kundalini Yoga, Kundalini is the it's Kundalini Shakti, so it's the divine feminine power. It's the energy that creates worlds, that creates life, literally life, a human being. And that Kundalini energy is like a serpent coiled at the base of the spine, and it sits at the base of the spine, and that energy is also, when we feel our sexual energy moving, is also part of the Kundalini energy. And Kundalini energy can, it raises the vibration of the body. It opens you up spiritually. It is the energy of awakening, of enlightenment, if you want to call it that. And it is the energy that moves through the body. It's from the base of the spine, so through the base chakras, through all the chakras and up through the crown of the head. And it can be a process through life, through years of practicing, but also it can just happen. People can just have a Kundalini awakening, which can be quite an experience because the energy is so incredibly powerful. I've written something about this. I will tag you in what I've written about this. There are a couple of articles I've written about it actually. So, just to fully answer your question. So Kundalini Yoga is about moving with the Kundalini energy. It's about consciously raising the energy through the body, moving the energy. But Kundalini is not something to be messed with. Don't mess with Kundalini. It's fire. It is, you know how you are when you're in your divine feminine and you're having an amazing emotional roller coaster. Well, that's just that's a very small part of the capabilities of Kundalini energy, So Kundalini energy moves through all the chakras, up through the body. It can take a lifetime, it can take weeks, it can take months, it can take a moment. It all depends on your system, whether you're ready. I've met people, including my mum, who have had Kundalini awakenings, who've had the Kundalini experience, and it can be incredibly powerful, incredibly devastating, incredibly renewing. It's like the force of life and death. So there is a rebirth that happens through the Kundalini energy. No doubt about it. I've been experiencing Kundalini for a long time now, and but I know people who have had that energy. They've felt it in moments, and it's just completely blown them away. It's been such a powerful experience, and in the intensity of the energy can be so powerful that it's important to prepare the body. Yes, I'll tag you in both of those as well. I'll find them after this and tag you in them. Many people tell me to stay away. Well, yeah, it's not about staying away, but it's being aware that the energy that, is not to be messed with. It's important that you have the highest respect for the Kundalini energy. You can play with it as you get to know it, but it's not, how to say this? It's so incredibly powerful. It will blow your mind completely. So be gentle with it. We all have Kundalini energy. You have probably been experiencing Kundalini energy through your life anyway, but you may not even have recognized it to be that. It doesn't mean you're not ready. It just means approach with caution. Approach with caution. Your system will let you know. Your body will let you know. Life will let you know. If you feel inquisitive about it, then that's a sign that it's time for you to look at it. At least look at it. I was told by a yoga teacher it was dangerous and we shouldn't mess with it either. all I'm saying is go into it with full awareness and full consciousness. Don't go into it blindly. Treat yourself and your energy with the utmost respect. Many of us have already experienced Kundalini energy in some way, and we've not realized that it's been that, because it has many different stages. It can show up in many different ways. It can move through the body in many different ways. But to have the intention to raise the Kundalini energy and raise it quickly, I don't recommend that. I was going to take a Kundalini tomorrow, but now I'm a bit hesitant. If it's Kundalini Yoga, talk to your teacher about it. Make sure that they know what they're teaching. Talk to them about it. Get very clear with what's happening. Take it steady. Don't rush it. Yes. Well, talk to her about it. With any teacher, talk to them about your concerns. You know, if you don't understand something, then get clarity on it. Honestly, I know nothing. Well, that we could all say that. Who knows anything about anything, really? Sorry, but there's a joke in there. Yeah, I would talk to her about it, or him, and just see how it feels when you talk to them about it. It's all about respect. Respecting the body, respecting the energy channels, being gentle with yourself. No need to force it, it will come anyway. And if you feel it, if even the word is drawing you on some level, the vibration of the word is drawing you in, then there's a reason for that. Don't dismiss it. I'm just saying, be aware with it. Take your awareness into it fully. Thought it was a he. I had a feeling it was a he. After I was saying she, I was like, nah. Yeah, well, make sure you talk to him. Like I said, get clarity. Make sure he knows what he's working with. Because if he doesn't know, then that's not going to help you. Okay, thank you so much for your beautiful questions. It's been so nourishing and juicy and oh lovely. Let's do the meditation before we run out of time. I have no idea how long it's been already, so oh, you're welcome. I hope that you feel that I was able to answer that fully for you, of course. Do you feel like you've got a full answer? I'm still learning, you know, still. I don't have all the answers. It's just a continuous learning being in this body. You imagine the exploration of everything is a continuous exploration. Expansion means exactly that. To expand is to continue to expand. So there's more and more and more and more. But as you expand into more of what you are, you expand into more love. So wow, how beautiful is that? So I'd like you all to get comfortable. Make sure you're warm enough. And we're going to go into the meditation now. Put your headphones on. go into another room if you need to, whatever you need to do to get your own space to just be with yourself. And if you'd like to share it now, so that friends, family, anybody you would like to bring into the meditation can see this. And I'm a bit cold, so I'm going to grab my blanket. If you can sit up straight with your back straight, that's ideal, with your hands, palms facing up towards the sky, resting on your knees. If it's really late where you are, or you're tired, then by all means, just lie down. That's okay too. And we're going to close our eyes, and we're going to breathe in and breathe out. Down deep into the belly, and breathe out. And as you breathe out, just making a kind of a ha sound. So just follow me. Breathing in and then breathing out. And breathing that ha sound out of the body. Breathing in, down into the belly. And breathing out. Just feeling the air move through the throat and creating this kind of ha sound. So we'll do that again, breathing in, down deep into the belly, and breathing out slowly. Having the jaw relaxed, mouth just slightly open. Breathing in, breathing out. And as you breathe in, slowly breathe out, bringing the ha sound into the body now, into the throat. Notice how the body feels. Breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth. And as you're breathing, just imagine in the base of your spine and in your root chakra, which is below your genitals, just imagine a white light, an energy of white light moving from your base chakra all the way up to your heart. With each breath, just imagine this white light moving from your base chakra, from your genitals, up to your heart. Breathing easily and gently. Continuing to make the ha sound, ah sound. Letting the body soften, the breath soften, the shoulders relax. As you continue to draw the energy up through the body to the heart chakra. Continuing to envisage light moving from your base chakra up towards your heart, into your heart. So a line of light moving up through the center of the body to the heart, from the base of the spine. Breathing easily, gently, continuing to make the heart sound. Beginning to notice the heart chakra opening as you move the energy up through the base of the spine to the heart. Just imagine the heart opening like a flower with hundreds of petals, just continuing to open and to blossom. To feel the energy of your heart chakra, to feel the love that resides within your own being, that is independent of anyone or anything. Breathing easily and gently. With each breath, allowing the body to continue to just relax. Just notice how the body's feeling. The breath has found its own rhythm. The sound of the ah has deepened. Feel the flow of energy moving into the heart. Feel the clarity in the energy. And just notice how the body's feeling. Allowing the breath to settle again now. Finding its own rhythm. breathing easily and gently. You might need to take a slightly deeper breath in. And then just gently placing both your hands in the middle of your chest. Feeling the energy in your heart. As you breathe, feeling the vibration of the heart center. And releasing your hands. You can slowly begin to open your eyes. If you'd like to follow me, just bringing your hands above your head, holding your palms of your hands open and just allowing yourself to receive beautiful golden light, the highest divine light from the universe, from the source. Let this light pour down and ground you in your body today. Let this light connect with the energy in your heart. Breathing easily and gently. Bringing your hands down slowly. Slowly feeling the energy, feeling each movement, feeling the connection from the base of the spine to the top of the head. Bringing your hands into prayer position, just rest them on your heart for a moment. And tucking both of your thumbs into your palms, like so. And just make a wish for yourself here now. It can be for anything that you need or want in your life, or a wish for another, for someone else that you love. But take this time to give yourself something, to wish for yourself something beautiful. Silently thank God, thank the universe for this gift. And you can release your hands now. Thank you for being here this morning. for journeying into this little exploration with me. If you'd like to connect with me and you're not connected with me already, you can go to my Deanne Awakening Love page on Facebook or my other page, DNG. If you'd like to work with me one-to-one on anything that you're experiencing at the moment, then I'm available to work with one-to-one through Skype, through Zoom now. You can join me here every morning at 8 AM British Summer Time, London time, for meditation and sharings. You can join me on a Sunday at 11 AM on Zoom, and I post that on my social media for my Sunday in-service gatherings. We have special guests, we have amazing music, and we have meditation and community and connection. So it's really beautiful. If any of you would like to make a donation through PayPal, I would appreciate that. And please say PayPal and I will send you my PayPal details. Of course, as well, if you don't have my YouTube channel information and you would like it, then please put YouTube in the comments. Please share this video with your friends, with your families and your communities. And I will be here and see you all again tomorrow at 8 AM British Summer Time, London time. Much love. Have a blessed day, blessed evening, blessed afternoon, wherever you are in the world. And see you all tomorrow.